Now it's time for our founders only top five. These guys are getting nervous. It's like, okay, so first and foremost, when we do the founders only top five, we're not here to say these are the top five officially. These are just everybody's gonna miss the cut. Again, there's only two rules, right? So again, this is just whatever, and they will explain who their top five Filipino founders or founders in the Philippines that they think. There's only two rules. Number one, they cannot pick themselves. They can pick their co-founder. And number two, they cannot pick me because Dexter Ligot Gordon picked me. I don't believe that, but I appreciate him picking me. But I don't want this because most people will be like, yo, you're one of my top five. Like, I don't want to boost my ego and all of a sudden I'll walk around startup events. I'm a top five founder.
This way you get to bring it up every episode.
It's like, someone, you didn't make his top five. But okay, let's take our first pick. All right, Rexy.
Roland Ross.
Okay, Roland Ross. Oh, wow, that's an easy pick. Hey. But why?
Thanks, man.
I mean, I think just in terms of being able to, I think that the vision and magnetism that kind of galvanizes people to want to be a part of building a thing, having that, but still also having kind of this lack of ego to make people feel like they're on the same table, and co-creating is something that I think I haven't met anyone else. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, I still remember when I asked Roland what his hustle was in his Hustleshare episode, which, by the way, if you want to check it out, it's going to be in the description box. And again, if you're if you're not yet subscribed, and we're on YouTube now, so like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions for any future founders, comment. I forget. I constantly forget. We're on YouTube now, so shit. I have to look at this freaking camera because back in normal podcast, I can look anywhere and we're good, right? But okay, going back to what Roland's saying, during his Hustleshare episode, his inaugural, he said, I asked him the $1 million question, Roland, what's your hustle? He's the only dude I've ever had. It's like, my hustle is the Philippines. Like, huh? What do you mean hustle is the Philippines? And he explained it. Like, he really wants to freaking pay for it. And dude, he said that in 2019. We're in 2023 now as we're recording this. And it just kept getting better. So mad props. Good pick, Roland Ross. So okay, you, Roland, who's your first pick?
That's so great. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about what was said earlier. And picking a co-founder. Rexy is not top five. He is my favorite founder. And now I remember why. Because he was talking about marriage, and I just thought, and
again, I don't know. That's you. That's you.
I think maybe that is kind of a running joke about my inability to find a life partner. And I think
they have a nickname, by the way, in Kumu. It's called Roxy.
Yeah. And I think
the ship name.
Yeah. Maybe it's one of those things where I'm just realizing this now is one of the reasons why this works. Why it's not working right now in my personal life is I think Rexy's the most trustworthy person I've ever met in my entire life.
Wow.
Just trustworthy. And I'm just realizing this right now in terms of my own personal life is trust. It's so important in a relationship. Okay, so sorry,
Are you always TH bad? Do you know what TH is?
No.
That's tamang hinala. We're always paranoid.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I don't really struggle with that part. I think it's maybe it's me that has to be trusted. The thing is,
but except with Rexy, you're not TH with Rexy.
I think that's it's because imagine, Rexy was talking about being equal, right? And so what's really interesting about two people who have equal execution and complement each other, then you actually have multiple strengths. Yep. In the early stages of Kumu, we still talk about this whole concept of an Avenger story and those types of things. So it's kind of like you have that kind of, like a Tony Stark, Captain America type of situation where if you look and think about, what Tony Stark and Captain America bring to the table, whether it's through leadership, resources, intelligence, risk-taking and those types of things, you start realizing, wow, when the two are together, it is literally like a two-headed monster.
Yep.
And so from a level of trust, going back to that, I don't know how. He's literally the most trustworthy person I know.
Ride or die.
So that's the thing, is just like, I actually, it's kind of funny. We have this really interesting dynamic, huh, Rexy? Like, we can just kind of go off and do whatever, and there's literally zero. And that's the thing I always get shocked about too, when we're advising, startups, or they're asking for advice, and the level of like distrust or crap talking they have about their co-founder. I'm like shocked by it because it doesn't make any sense to me. Because maybe that's how I just really lucked out when I first met Rexy, and he had started on this mission.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah. I just
amazing.
yeah.
All right, that was an easy pick. Now it gets difficult from here. All right, so again, you pick Roland.
Yeah.
You pick Rexy. Rexy, who's your second pick?
This is, I think I'll take another easy one. Melanie Perkins. Canva.
Melanie Perkins. Oh, Canva.
Nice.
Easy pick.
I guess
why?
I'll go with Snapchat.
Holy
Just
shit.
kidding, kidding.
Right, but why?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, just a product that makes
True.
it easier for people to create around the world in a way that also makes money.
Can you
and is
imagine a
profitable.
world
It's
without
like
Canva?
freaking
I can't.
No,
I was just using
can't.
Canva yesterday.
All my Hustleshare episodes back then, all my episode arts, that's all Canva.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, that was a solid pick. Roland, who's your second pick?
Man, like the way Kobe looked at Michael, Dorado.
Dorado, Manatao.
And I mean, I'm nowhere near even trying to say I'm comparing myself to him. It's more of an inspiration perspective.
Yeah.
It's like
a true rags to riches story, by the way.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Like, you imagine coming from Cagayan, getting into Mapua, going to school, coming back. You know what I mean? Like, that whole narrative was a very formative. I remember I shared this story when I experienced my own exit back in 2010. I was invited to go to this thing called Ayala Foundation that shifted and renamed itself Phil Dev. And I saw him on stage talking about, building the technology ecosystem at the Philippines.
Yep.
And a light hit. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need to do, And yeah, I really do hope that someday there might be a potential possibility of me fulfilling that role as like if there's a Dorado, maybe, or I mean, if there's a Michael and there's a Kobe, if I could somehow, before I
LeBron
die,
James.
Look at the best version of myself, and be able to be in a position to bridge, U.S. and Philippine entrepreneurs building the technology ecosystem. That's a complete dream of mine.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So again, if you also want to listen to the story of Dado Banatao, because of this guy, because I had the balls to like reach out, and he was my 100th episode.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Hustleshare.
Yeah.
So check it out. It's going to be in the description box below. It's going to be the hustle behind PhilDev with Dado and Maria Banatao.
Oh, nice.
All right. Again, shout out to you because Dado is a key part also of his journey because he waited tables during one of these things.
Oh, no, it was the fundraising dinner.
Yeah,
my brother was the chef.
Right, exactly. And he was like, whoa, okay, that was my in. Like, Roland told me to talk to you. There you go. All right, Rexy, who's your third pick?
Third pick. I don't know them, and I've been wanting to get to know them as well. I mean, better as founders. I actually don't think I've met them in person. But George and Angeline of Angkas.
No way, you have
dude.
not?
I have not. I don't think I've met them in person at all.
I will hook you up.
They're our neighbors, Rexy.
Yeah, I know, right? We were supposed to do
we were supposed to. We were supposed to have dinner.
They were stuck.
George
doing
and
stuff, but-
Angie are gonna be here soon.
Yeah, they are.
But just like in terms
so
of what they've built is from a brand perspective, I think they've set
Solid.
tone in terms of like
Yeah.
what kind of
Wow.
relationship a brand can have with the broader Filipino public.
Yep.
From like the hardships they've gone through
Dude,
perspective with it.
Get shut down several times.
So many times and so many existential threats and having kind of gone through it and be where they are now is it's huge. It's a huge inspiration.
Easy.
Huge inspiration.
Amazing. And again, if
they
you also
inspire me every day. Every
Yep.
time I see an Uncas go by, I just think of George, and it's just so inspiring.
they're what's this? What's the name of the guy? That's my
Dante Gulapa.
yeah, that's my internal dance for my wife. She never gets turned on. She's like, what the hell are you doing? But if you also want to, again, listen to the origin story of Angie and George, I've had them in 2019 as well.
Wow. Yeah,
So
amazing.
again, it's also going to be in the, wow. You know what makes me feel good? It's like, oh shit, all these picks, just like also in Dexter's,
Yeah.
have been guests on Hustleshare.
Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect. All right. So Roland, third pick.
This is actually a more recent one. I think Nina over at Colorette.
Hmm.
Have you guys?
Oh,
Yes.
No, I haven't. Nina, I've been asking you forever. Okay. She's just zoning me.
I've also
No,
never
Nina
met her. I
is-
wanna.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, she's just, I actually just met her for the first time recently at a Paymongo event.
Yep.
I think it was her anniversary.
Mhm.
And
Shout out Paymongo. Mhm.
One, there's this, narrative of, having to be based in Metro Manila and,
Yep.
her being in Pampanga,
Yep.
her personality. And I just think that's so cool to be able to build a multi-million-dollar brand and not be in Metro Manila. And just like, it's just so amazing what she's been able to build. And, I think for this kind of recent crop of entrepreneurs who have been out there, I would say she's probably my favorite entrepreneur right now. Just
And again,
ridiculous.
the only one so far that's been picked that's not on Hustle. So Nina, please come on. I got you. All right. I know your WhatsApp. We've been WhatsApping. She just hasn't got back. I know she's just busy. Someday she will be on Hustleshare and here on Founders Only. Rexy, your fourth pick.
My wife's pretty cool.
Nice.
Oh yeah, dude!
Okay.
Yeah.
Best
so,
operator ever. Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Killer operator.
Best.
Just
Who is your wife? Let's give flowers for
Michaela Beltran.
Okay.
So right now
What's her
she's
startup?
her current startup is called Courtly, and it's still very early, but they've gone from in less than a year, gone from zero to sizable revenues and profitable, sizable, like in a significant way.
Wow.
Creating this product that allows people to get married from anywhere in the world online, and get a Utah marriage certificate from anywhere in the world. So that's one where you're just like your consistency and like executing on a business was always something that I think she'd done for other people's businesses in the past, and she's now kind of taken a step into.
I'll have her on
doing it as a
Hustleshare. You gotta hook me up.
Yeah.
I'll
for
exchange
sure.
you, George and Angie, for your wife's interview. There
Yeah,
you go.
all right.
That's our X deal right there. Roland, your fourth pick.
Probably more Filipino than heart than some,
Mhm.
and just this particular entrepreneur's generosity of time, his passion for the community, and the fact that I think he actually is one of those people who actually successfully exited is Ron Hose, right?
He was a pick of Dexter's as well.
Yeah. I think that Ron.
Again, he's the
is-
only Ron that matters. That's why I go by Ronster. Okay.
I just got that. Yeah.
Right. I'm Ronster. There's no they say Ron. That's not me. That's Ron Hose.
Just his he was there. I remember even pre-A, he advised us on product. He's just his passion for community, his leadership, his humility. I just just Ron is just an amazing entrepreneur that
Amen.
I do hope that I could also have a positive impact like the way he's done. Like he's just
It's
amazing.
super humble.
Yeah.
He's
Very.
incredibly humble. He's just now surfing somewhere for sure, either Siargao or La Union. But I just,
Yeah.
I have a Ron Ho story that I never can forget, and I've had him on the show, by the way, too. If you want to listen to the Ron Ho's episode, I had him literally after just he sold coins.
Oh wow.
In 2019 early. Also in the chatbot office when I interviewed you.
Yeah.
But technically, I threw a party in Geeks on the Beach in Cebu.
Oh, okay.
Right? He came through with all the guys. Then he walks out, just his friend, Boe.
Mhm.
We were in a club.
Yeah.
He removed the shoes to give it to his friend so that his friend can come in.
Oh wow.
Just look at how selfless that guy is.
Yeah.
Amazing. Right? And it is super humble. Just chill and no angas whatsoever. Right? Just I love him. It's again the only run that matters, and it's not me. Okay. All right. Last pick for you, Rexy. Who's your fifth pick?
I mean, I think it's
This
another
where
one
people
of the
make tampo to you now. It's like, please make me
the kind of.
pick.
I mean, the easy one, but I think symbolic is 2010 Kaktiong with
Jollibee.
Jollibee, right? Like
yeah,
the
dude.
like the brand, the character, the footprint, the global footprint. Not just global Filipino, but making moves in international markets.
Yep.
Like that is, I don't know, just one of those things that like it's so everyday and everywhere, ubiquitous that it's easy to forget that that's the guy who built it is around.
Yep.
But
Someday I will have, again, if you have an
inspiration.
in, I'd love to have him. I don't have an in.
yeah,
I'm a big laking Jollibee. Okay, this is chicken joy and burger steak, easy. But that's always a solid pick. All right, last but definitely not the least. Who's our fifth and last pick for Roland?
This one is maybe a bit of a selfish one because I've been kind of dabbling in angel investing, invested in Lista. We invested in Podcast. We invested in what's the investment? Katarina. But this one in particular is I invested in a company. I remember just first meeting him in Single Origin. And he was saying he had a concept called Pickup Coffee.
Boom.
And I was like, this sounds super cool. I'm totally going to want to invest in this.
Dude, pick
Right?
up coffee
And-
everywhere.
Yeah. And so when I first met Diego, I think, I got to say, when it comes to, building a business, ironically, to the scale of like a,
Kopi Kenangan?
no, we were just talking
Starbucks.
about like a Jollibee,
Yeah.
or even for Injap, what he did with Manganasal, like that's the kind of vibe in terms of where, in terms of excellence in communication.
And they have good fucking coffee, man.
Yeah, that's
Holy
why
shit.
that's the thing I really appreciate. Just like textbook, he's like textbook, like perfect in terms of all those types. It's like, okay, from a product perspective, great product, right? As a CEO, how are you allocating your capital? As a CEO, what is the right team? Where he already found that CEO, right? Like
Right.
he put all the pieces together, and that journey is just starting.
Yep.
And that's the thing that actually really
This guy's
excites
hella
me.
young.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And so it's just like from a particular pedigree perspective, a lot of that F&B experience, growing up in that environment, to the finance experience. It's just packaged so perfectly that I would say that when it comes to favorite, there's a lot of hope in what they're building. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I would
And
say
again,
he's my favorite.
you can easily see it with the results.
Yeah,
Every single corner that you look at, there's pickup coffee and whatnot.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, the results speak for itself. Good investment right there too.
yeah,
Amazing. All right.
Yeah.
Offsets all our fucking bloodbath that we experience. But again, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Roland and Rexy. Again,
Awesome,
this is not going to be the last for sure. Founders only. It's not about hustle, so we can always go back here.
yeah.
Either both of you guys, or we can have other guests, and again, or probably Gab or the other
Yeah,
Hustleshare
yeah.
members and founders only members talk about it. thank you so much for watching Hustleshare on YouTube. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel to get more content like this. And to get the full audio episodes of Hustleshare and Founders Only, subscribe to our podcasts at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.